To tell you the truth, I never thought that I'd ever do another restaurant in the city again. But Victor, Tiffany, the head of hospitality here at the Star, and Sid presented the project. It was an offer too good to refuse, really. It was a chance to really work with a lot of designers, a lot of artisans, from plate makers, potters, to glass blowers, to furniture makers. It was, fantastic. We wanted a futurist take on a restaurant. Now, Futurism was an Italian art movement of the 20s and 30s, and one of the protagonists was Giacomo Balla. That's where we get the name from. The ceiling, inspired by one of his paintings. The uniforms that the waiters have are inspired by what's called his anti-neutral clothing. So you'll see elements of that industrial, machine-like themes that the futurists really like. The food throughout Italy is very, very different. And it's a problem for Italians that live overseas, because Italians don't ever see this thing called Italian food as one big homogeneous mass, whereas, a lot of people do. Balla was a reinterpretation of a classic Milanese osteria. Now, osteria is a term like trattoria, ristorante. It's one of the levels of restaurants in Italy. But osteria are basically the keepers of the traditional cuisine of the local area. You get a lot of influences from all over Italy, because Milan's the money capital of Italy. So you're getting a lot more influences in that cuisine. It's very cosmopolitan. I don't think we have a signature dish, but at the moment the macaroncini with the yabbies, butter and sesame seeds is starting to become a signature dish. In the pasta section, we've got the spinach and ricotta gnocchi, the gnocchi nudi. Gabriele Tadeucci, my head chef, basically, the linchpin here. He runs the kitchen. And, basically he and I are co-conspirators.
Obviously, total Italian wine list here at Osteria Balla. It's quite sort of surprising and exciting and new for the style and for the palate of the new people in Sydney. I was quite concerned about a couple of bottles, to be honest with you, when we just started, because they're quite expensive for white wine, for example, and very, very particular in style of wine. So I was a little concerned about those bottles, and I've sold those bottles already. So I'm actually very excited that people there in Sydney, they like to try this kind of different style of wine, very extreme, I'll say. So, for example, white wine with a tiny bit of skin contact. So basically, that's what we call orange wine. Unfiltered, unclarified, so really, really particular on the nose and on the palate. Not that easy to understand, but people, I can say, they jump into this kind of reality of wine quite easily, so that's very good. And normally, everyone thinks that Italian wines are very, very light. Not all the red wines in Italy, they are very, very light. Some of them they are, but they're just elegant and defined on the palate, so it's just a matter to understand what you're drinking and how to drink those kind of wine.
The icing on the cake was that there is a rooftop garden here. And, David Chang, when he was here, identified it as a point of difference. And it'll be a community garden for the community of chefs and restaurants that are in the Star. It'll be something that, will give the chefs, something extra to make them proud to work with that sort of produce in the kitchen.